and the crucial Dunkley by-election is underway. Polls are open. Joining me live now is Labor MP Josh Burns. Thank you very much for joining us. So, yes, how do you think Labor is going to go holding that margin of 6.3%?
Well, good morning, Janie. You can smell the democracy sausages over to my right. There's a bit of an atmosphere of an election here. It's really exciting. We're really proud of the efforts of Jodie. She's done an amazing job as a candidate. But we know by-elections are always hard for governments to win. On average, there's about a 7% swing against governments. We hold the seat by about 6%. So it's going to be a hard one for us. We're not under any illusions about that. But we're really proud of the efforts of Jodie, and we'll see what happens tonight.
How do you think Prime Minister Anthony Albanese is going to feel in terms of the pressure if Labor does lose? Do you think he can hold on to his Prime Ministership?
Oh, of course. I mean, the Prime Minister has led us to an election victory last year. We won the Aston by-election. It was a historical win against Peter Dutton, and he's led our country in difficult times. So we're absolutely fully supportive of the boss. But I think more importantly, today's about the people of Dunkley, and it's a lot of people down here, like many people across the country, are feeling the pressure, financial pressures. They're real. It's been a difficult period with interest rate rises for a lot of families, and we wanted to take the pressure off them. And the Prime Minister has been leading the efforts to make people pay less tax. On the 1st of July, every single Australian taxpayer is going to pay less tax. It's a really important reform, one that we're really proud of, one where especially women and those on lower and middle income earners are going to pay far less taxes compared to the tax package that Peter Dutton and Scott Morrison wanted them to have. So we'll keep working to make sure people have more of what they earn, and we'll keep working hard for the Australian people.
Stage 3 tax cut changes welcomed by many, but also many are not happy with it, and they're not happy with the so-called lie that the Prime Minister put forward there right before the announcement.
Look, the feedback that I've received overwhelmingly has been that people understand that the circumstances have changed, and especially for the lower and middle income earners, they were very keen to be included in these tax reforms and these tax reductions. People who were earning less than $150,000 wanted to pay less tax because they're feeling the pressure. And under Scott Morrison and Peter Dutton's plan, they would have missed out completely. So we redesigned those stage 3 tax plans, stage 3 tax packages. Every single taxpayer is going to get a tax cut. And the overwhelming feedback we've received is that they're fairer and they're a much better designed package for all Australian taxpayers.
The Liberal candidate Nathan Conroy is also the Mayor of Frankston. Frankston generally is favoured by Labor. How do you think it will go there? Do you think there's more pressure on Frankston with Nathan Conroy being there and the Mayor as well as the Liberal candidate?
Look, Dunkley has traditionally been a Liberal seat, was a Liberal seat for 30 years until the incredible Peter Murphy came along, and she, over 2 elections, won the seat for Labor and then held the seat in 2022 with a much bigger margin. She was such a champion of this local community. She was loved by this local community. She was loved by the Labor Party. She was a great friend of mine, and we miss her very much. I think ultimately what's going to come down to today is people feeling the pressure and cost of living, and we've worked hard to ensure that more people down here in Dunkley can keep more of what they earn, and that's what our tax package is all about, and we'll see what the people of Dunkley decide tonight.
Cost of living, as you mentioned, also crime is a major factor around the Dunkley area. What is Labor saying to voters about crime and how they can tackle it?
Look, obviously there's been some high-profile cases in the last week or so, and I would make this point that the Liberal Party was very keen to politicise cases, including ones that were before the courts and ones that police had intercepted. I think we need to be very careful about allowing our authorities to do their job. If someone commits a crime, then they should feel the full force of the law, but it should be up to every single leader and MP and leader of our community and country to make sure that they don't undermine the efforts of our law enforcement agencies. And I think some of the over-politicisation made by the Liberal Party in the last week has really shown their true colours, that Now, how low are these people willing to go in order to try and politicise a by-election? We need to make sure our authorities have the confidence and the space to do what they need to keep our community safe, and we'll always back them in to do that.
Well, it's certainly a big day, and we really appreciate you joining us on Sky News today, Labor MP Josh Burns. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Janie.